sure you've seen this crop up a few times. I've seen it. I think we've all seen like educators that are concerned about AI impacting teaching and learning. And it would be great to hear your opinion on do you think that it's better for educations to be able to resist AI or to engage with it proactively in these early stages?
Yeah, I think this is a really important and really interesting conversation, and I think it is just that it's a continuing conversation that has to be had. But yeah, in my opinion, education is going to need to embrace AI. But I think it's worth saying that that's something education has done before. Captions, grammar, spell checker, even like speech control. These all are AI essentially, and they all have their roots often in accessibility. And so education has often been at the forefront of these kind of things, trying to make the world more accessible for people. And so the difference here, as I mentioned to earlier, is that we're now talking about this sort of generative AI, which has a less constrained and less traceable reach. It can kind of create so much, and kind of almost secretly in a way. And so I think it's going to play out in a few interesting areas, but a couple that probably worth touching on today for our audience are the student assessment and ongoing study support. And I think when it comes to assessment, there's always there's always been a risk of abuse here with coursework that's set that students do independently. And so we don't like to speak about them maybe, but there are ways for students to go purchase or outsource coursework. And so plagiarism is a real risk here. The difference is the reach and availability that this new AGI, artificial generative intelligence, gives. And so I think in a way, it's a similar pressures that we felt before around plagiarism. And we may need to think about how we focus on how students show understanding and comprehension in assessment, focus again on pedagogy and the process itself that students undertake. And I'm really aware it's a more complex issue than that, but I think assessment is one of the more challenging areas. But I think in that there's this opportunity to really refocus to ensure that learning is central to what we do and we support at Glean and what institutions support that understanding piece for learners. And I think that's where there's real opportunities for AI.